Ellen DeGeneres rose to fame in the 80s as an American comedian whose comedic monologue, Phone Call to God, which dealt with the strange realities of death within her life, set her on a path to stardom and success. Her persona quickly grew as she starred in both talent and name in the hit 90s sitcom called Ellen. This show catapulted both her comedy style and personal image into the Hollywood limelight. In a truly historic move, Ellen came out to the world and became the first openly gay series lead on a TV show by having her character of Ellen come out as well. While this eventually led to the cancellation of her show and a slowing in her career, Ellen's image grew immensely in the early 2000s with her iconic, charmingly forgetful character in Finding Nemo and the launch of her daytime talk show, what would grow to be an empire branded on Ellen's look, personality, and name. She built her persona as a happy, kind, friendly comedian who supported others and used her star power for good. She's regarded as a trailblazer for the queer community, being one of the first and most recognizably positive openly gay figures in American media. Her daytime talk show built heavily on a brand of someone who has experienced pain and now seeks to lift others through providing joy and comedy and donations to in-need individuals or charities. Her image as a giving, funny, happy, chill person served to make her a relatable conduit for her viewers. Her success was their success, and Ellen's branding invited fans into her show for positive, lighthearted, and funny engagement. The undoing of her public persona came when BuzzFeed News published an article in July of 2020 alleging severe workplace toxicity, abuse of power, and harassment. The level of her involvement is still in dispute, with Ellen claiming ignorance on the issues alleged, and many of the accusations directed towards top producing executives of the show, but the damage was already done. Whether or not Ellen was aware or participating in the toxicity is less important than the fact that such toxicity is completely at odds with her public persona. Even if she were merely oblivious to the alleged toxicity, Ellen's brand of squeaky clean, happy-go-lucky good girl was gone. Thousands of episodes of joy and kindness, all now suddenly echoing an uncomfortably dark underbelly of mistreatment. While first denying her involvement or awareness of any of the alleged behaviors within her workplace, Ellen did publicly apologize on her show in the fall of 2020, and even made reference to the precarious position her persona made for her in this scandal, saying, quote, "Being known as the Be Kind lady is a tricky position to be in," end quote. Her self-reflection is spot on. The reason her persona suffered such a swift downfall may be attributed to her own hard work in creating a kind, fun, happy ideal of Ellen. Were the accusations not so diametrically opposed to everything the Ellen DeGeneres brand stood for, perhaps the notoriety and backlash would have been less. But because she has branded herself as a nice individual, literally giving herself the catchphrase, "Be kind," these accusations betrayed the very core of the contract between her image and her fans. Even after her apology and pledge to take more responsibility for the workplace culture in the future, viewership numbers haven't recovered to pre-scandal levels. In spring 2022, Ellen will retire from The Ellen Show, and while the story presented from her and her team is that this was an already planned ending to her 19-season-long tenure on the show, it's difficult not to speculate that the sharp decline in viewership after the toxic workplace scandal had something to do with her departure. Regardless, her daytime talk show era has ended. What her relationship with her fans and the industry looks like moving forward remains unclear. At this time, I would say that she has not earned back the public support she once had, but it will be an interesting case study to see whether her redemptive arc is possible, or if being a woman in power and an openly gay figure will only add further punitive social stigma and prolong her sentence, as it were. Only time will tell how our culture will reflect and shape Ellen's next chapter. But if the past is predicate for a woman who has faced a maelstrom of publicity for simply standing in her own identity, I doubt Ellen's story is over, rather that it has reached its heights and will never climb back onto its pedestal. Thank you.